Imagine big influencers and internet personalities coming together and duking it out in the ring. Now that's something a lot of people would pay to see, even more if you face them against athletes. Now that's a circus that video sharing apps like Triller have capitalized on. Despite critics and sports fans discrediting and doubting the very legitimacy of their matches, these YouTuber turned boxers continue to draw attention and huge amounts of pay-per-view buys. After all, an article by Vice Media Group summarizes it well. Sports, entertainment, and unfettered greed are a match made in heaven. So how much have this duo really made from boxing? All we can say is it's definitely a lot more than you think. But before we uncover the details, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more great content. Logan Paul vs. KSI 2018. Let's start with the older Paul brother. Logan Paul's first professional bout was against fellow YouTuber KSI, who'd also pivoted to boxing in earlier years. After the latter successfully knocked out British YouTuber Joe Weller in a previous match, he started challenging other big-time YouTubers, including the Paul siblings. After a lot of discussions, Logan agreed on a 2-fight contract, the first to be organized by KSI's team, and the second fight to be run by Paul's. The undercard bouts before the main event consisted of other YouTubers, including an official bout between their respective younger brothers, Deji Olatunji and Jake Paul. Months of trash talk, controversies, and petty drama between the two camps certainly increased the hype for the grudge match even further. It was billed as the biggest internet event in history and the biggest amateur boxing match in history. Promotional videos uploaded in YouTube garnered more than 60 million views. In fact, the build-ups were so intense, it caught the attention of mainstream media, prominent boxers Tyson, Floyd, Mayweather, Amir Khan, and boxing promoter Eddie Hearn. The first fight, which happened in August 2018, was a pay-per-view event held in Manchester Arena. Ticket prices for broadcasting cost €7.5 and $10 in the UK and US respectively. Meanwhile, general admission started at €30, with VIP tickets selling at €495. The bout lasted for 6 rounds and ended in a majority draw. According to Business Insider, the fight garnered an estimated $11 million or $8.5 million, not included earnings from merchandise, YouTube ads, and any money from Ucash streams. This estimate is before overhead costs involved in staging, travel, staff, etc., so it does not actually mean that the two fighters walked off with $5 million each. Still, $8.5 million is a staggering amount from an amateur boxing match between two influencers. If you remember, the AJ vs. Dr. Steelhammer bout, which was held in Wembley in 2017, and dubbed by The Ring as the fight of the year, generated €8 million from ticket sales. Logan vs. KSI rematch 2019. The scheduled rematch happened in 2019 at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The 6-round cruiserweight brawl ended in a split decision win for KSI. It was reported that each of them earned $900,000, not including their share from the ticket sales generated. The event made more than $3 million thanks to the two stars' massive following, especially Logan's, and the attention they had already captured during the first fight. It's no wonder Floyd Money Mayweather agreed to have an exhibition match. Yep, the undefeated king will officially face off with the social media star on an 8-round brawl set to take place on June 6th by the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami and featured on Showtime PPV. The internet celeb is estimated to earn at least $20 million to $50 million or even more from the fight. Jake Paul vs. Deji. It's crazy to think how Jake Paul has made the leap from YouTube stardom to the worlds of boxing and MMA. Just like his brother. As mentioned earlier, Jake's first amateur boxing match was against Deji, also known as Comedy Shorts Gamer. It was the official undercard bout for the KSI vs. Logan Paul main event. This has also had a lot of hype and build up to it. Despite the aggressiveness demonstrated by Deji in the first 2 rounds, Jake sealed the win after 5 rounds when he threw a flurry of vicious attacks and Deji's team threw the towel. It was reported that tickets were sold out and Jake took home $900,000. Again, this doesn't include the sales revenue from merchandise, ads, and money earned from other streams. Jake Paul vs. Ann Eason Gibb. His first KO certainly raised his reputation and fueled the star's ego. Following his dominant performance in the white-collar boxing match against Deji, Jake secured a match against Ali Lou Al-Fakri, or Ann Eason Gibb, a well-known influencer and boxer as well. This was their first taste of a professional match. The tension between the two started to build up to Logan's rematch with KSI in November. KSI had proclaimed his friend Gibb could beat the younger Paul in boxing. Jake readily took on the challenge as part of avenging his brother's loss. Like the Logan KSI match, the venue alone set this apart from any amateur boxing match we've seen so far. It took place at Meriden at Island Gardens in Miami, the same place where Super Bowl events take place. Jake brutally defeated Gibb on the first round. No one really knows how much they've earned, but the problem child is rumored to have walked away from his fight with Gibb with at least $1 million. Emphasis on at least. Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. After 2 impressive KOs and a record of 1-0, it seems Jake isn't going anywhere soon. In his second professional bout, he secured a bigger fish, former NBA player Nate Robinson. Even more astounding was the fact that the bout, which took place last year in July, was an undercard bout for the Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr. match. Jake was 23 years old back then, still fresh from the Gibb match. Still, he caught everyone off guard when he barely spent a few minutes inside the ring, snatching the win after a brutal knockout on the second round. He didn't exactly say how much his total earnings were, only that it was in 8 figures. So yeah, unless he's lying, we could estimate that it's around $10 million or more, which is not surprising by now, especially after his incredible performance. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. By now, Jake Paul has become a certified must-watch fighter, consecutively drawing bigger and bigger audiences, even featuring in several sports headlines. After 2 superb knockouts, Jake wanted to ride the attention and further up at the ante. For those who spend a lot of time on social media, you may have heard of it. Last April, Jake fought against retired UFC and former Bellator champion Ben Askren. For obvious reasons, majority of viewers and critics hoped and anticipated for Jake's loss. But by some miracle, the YouTuber turned boxer landed a massive overhand right that sent Askren diving to the mat. The referee declared the match over via TKO on the very first round. The news no doubt took Twitter and the sporting community by storm. However, several MMA fighters, including the boxing personalities, have questioned the legitimacy of the match and the numbers it raked. Nonetheless, as per Triller, the event reportedly gained 1.45 million pay-per-view buys. Later, Jake claimed his fight with Ben Askren generated $75 million and 1.5 million buys, which will make it one of the biggest fights in recent years. It's estimated that the social media star may have earned in excess of $10 million. So how much have the brothers earned from boxing? Maybe somewhere around $200 million or more in the 6 fights they've had. And they're going to earn even more with future bouts scheduled like this year. Crazy, right? Anyways, that's it for our video. We hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell for more updates. Bye!